Today we're going to spend a lot of time together. I'm going to say things to piss you off. We're conditioned to be sedated. Most of our lives we've been told what to do and how to act. When you were in your mother's womb, you was a drug addict. What your mother ate, you ate. Your parents were conditioned to be sedated. That's what we're conditioned to do. You're really not supposed to break free. You're really not supposed to have any idea that there's any other way. Because you're told that if you do not eat this food, that if you don't take this poison, you're going to die. And as parents, we've been conditioned to maintain this. And we call this love. So we do this in a loving way. That's why people, when they try to get off, when they try to change from this food, they cannot. They can go so far, but they cannot. If you see it as a drug, it will make more sense. Scientists in laboratories, they're paid to make sure you don't get off their food. Chemically, they're paid to find ways to poison you. I'm not going to get into any conspiracy theories, but if I did, I will tell you that you are in total control. But the fact is, everybody needs to take action, not just one person in the crowd, because that one person in the crowd will get attacked by the rest of you. They're called crazy, they're pressurized into doing what everybody else is doing. Most of us don't even know we need to fight it, because they've never seen the bigger picture. They've never had the chance to experience anything else. Once you come off processed food, the food that we invented, your body, it will kickstart a process for your body to get back to freedom. Your body will take any chance it gets to get back to freedom, because your body knows what is best, and it's always trying to do that for you. People think getting out of the matrix is as simple as going vegan, not eating meat. It's just playing a different game. But I'm showing you today the bigger picture. Anything in your body is contamination. Even water. If your body doesn't create it itself, it has nothing to do with you. As long as you're killing yourself, everything's okay. The world turns, because we have a solution. We have doctors, we have medication, we have fitness. You eat too much, go do some exercise, it's okay. That's not the bigger picture. That's that's surface. But that's the kind of society that we live in. We're not told about certain foods not being healthy. We're trained, we're conditioned to learn how to pay for our sickness and disease. Isolating the soul from here. That won't let your intuition come through. You'll think about it like that. Up here won't let here operate. But they can still feel the connection between you, what you're doing, and what they should be doing. It's like when two friends meet, they recognize each other. Hey, yeah, hey! But there's a wall, bang. There's a glass wall, up. Now you change your food and you'll be okay. The bigger picture is that food is a very small part about it. It's a very small role. You're responsible for this universe here as a god and a goddess. Nobody else. If anybody else tries to get you to do something that will put this universe in harm, you're responsible to say niet. Do you understand what would happen if everyone just jumped up and said at the same time, no, niet? There'd be no more Monsanto. Well, there actually would be more. Why do you think Monsanto is trying to get control of all the fruits and vegetation? You guys know who Monsanto is? It's a corporation that is, they create food, basically. Because this thing is so deep, deeper than you can ever imagine. And it is seriously no joke. If you went to where I am, you'd be your own self-sustaining universe. Nobody would tell you, nobody would have to. Because we'd all be taking responsibility for this. But because of hunger, you're conditioned to continue to distance yourself from your soul. Because we're not free. None of us are free. This is an open concentration camp on this planet right now. We're not self-sustaining units. We're not. None of us. Mainstream science say you need to drink 8 glasses of water a day for the body to function. They've discovered that the body creates 8 glasses of water a day for you. It already does it. We call that water sweat. No. You see? We don't even know. We don't even know.
We had one answer. Saliva.
Yeah. Saliva, spit. Something you do every, I don't know, 5 seconds. I call it the fountain of youth.
Yes.
This is my theory. It's your water. That's where the sweat comes from. That's where the urine comes from. A little bit of the urine. Digestive systems, we have stomachs. Do you really think that what we have inside here is exactly the same as what we had back in the dawn of time? You really think it's the same? I can guarantee you it's not. Your function is nowhere near the function it is when you're consuming food. Your movements, your thoughts, your actions, what you do in life is nowhere near. In fact, just being here is drying me up. And I can feel that. My lips are going dry. Such is our sensitivities that we do not listen to. Why? Because we're constantly breakfast, lunch, dinner. We're desensitizing ourselves. So we never actually learn how to be us. This ain't it. This isn't it. We're never going to have that here in this current society unless we let go of the shit and live from our soul, what is in our intuition. Reconnect with whatever's trying to connect with us from wherever that is. And whatever it is, this really is no joke. You need to connect with what is trying to connect with you. Connect with yourself. It's not just about food.
When kids grow, can they sustain themselves like with that method, with breatharianism or any light diet or whatever?
What's your other question? Well, you know what, Demir? It's a very good question. Your first question was a very good question. Right. But you have to be so mindful, Demir, so mindful. But the most important thing is you don't do shit to your kids. Let them take the action. And the problem is you also have to be an example for them to see. I'll tell you about my daughter. She is one beautiful girl. And for the first 5 years, she was fruitarian. I was still conditioned. I didn't learn that lesson. I was about to learn that lesson. Food. I love you. Eat as much food, because I love you. And that was from a child, from baby. She used to eat oranges. Maybe one orange. That's it. I was the one that was food. And then she started demanding food. And she would eat too much. There was no reason to be sick. I wasn't led to believe that if you ate the food that your parents give you, that would make you sick. When I was a child, they didn't tell me that. They didn't say, hey, I'm going to give you food that's going to kill you. Enjoy. They didn't tell me that when I was a kid. So the first time my daughter was sick, she got flu. It was like flu symptoms. I knew what it was. It was toxic overload. She got too toxic, and her body wasn't getting rid of it fast enough. So she got sick. It was poison. You're poisoning her. So what did we expect? I already had a broken heart. That made it worse. Because I could see. I already knew it in the first place. So all of you, that's why I say, all of you have the power to really change this world. You have it. We all seem to be waiting for some, I don't know, magic music video. Some pop star to make a change. We're waiting for one person to go to the leaders of the world and talk shit to change things. It's not going to happen. You are all controlled. Every single one of you. Whether you knew it or not. You got told what to do. And with your own feet, you got up, started eating. Can you imagine if you don't need that shit, that stuff, and you could just be? That's freedom.
You were saying previously that we have power to change everything. Once upon a time, the question is about power. Once upon a time you realize that your consciousness meets some kind of wall. For example, after 3 days fasting, within 2 days, after 3 days fast, he eats everything that he could not even imagine eating within the 3 days before. In which moment your power will starts to break your consciousness, or it's coming from the out of universe.
You know what? You have no you have no will. Your will, I'm serious, your will is not strong enough to get past. You have to cultivate your power. If you believe you have no power, you have to build it, because you do have power. You have infinite power. You just have to realize it. Until you meet fear face to face, your fear, and until you overcome it, you ain't going to change shit. Thing from, I like little quotes. I like a few little quotes. Your body is a temple. People know that. They know that once you fuck up your body, you're going to struggle very hard to get it back. Very hard. They know that. Once they try and tell you the body is nothing. It's the fucking opposite. The body is everything. It's a temple of your soul. Going back to his question, why do people quit? That's why people quit, because they give up learning the lessons. They give up learning, working. They no longer want to endure the pain. I've seen it over the years. Most people quit, not when they're at the beginning or in the middle, but just before a breakthrough. That's that point where you say, shit, I want to turn back. But no, just keep going. It's not letting it stop you. It's okay to be scared. I'm afraid. I'm always afraid. But you just see it for what it is, and you understand that it's not real. And you just they know. These guys know that you just take that step. I did it this morning. I've done it in other things. I mentioned Sergey and Daniel because I can fucking tell you I watched his video and said, no, I've done some shit in my life, done some great things, but I can never do that. But today, this morning, I made a conscious decision because I can. I challenged myself. I tested myself. Do I take the red pill or the blue pill? Without even thinking I did it. Because I knew if it was up to me, I would go, no, it's okay. That's what you got to do. You just got to blind faith. That's why I'm saying this thing is no joke. It's really no joke. You either do something or you don't. And that's the whole thing with this society, is to keep you in the same position so you don't grow. You think you're getting what you want, but you're not. You're getting what you're allowed to get. So there's no real choice but what you're allowed. Spirituality. You don't get to exercise your will because they tell you, you try and exercise your will and you're not spiritual. If you fight, you're not spiritual. And you have to go sit under a tree and calm down. Or we'll have to exercise you. Get the demons out. And I've seen what happens to people along the way, to spiritual people along the way. Because I can see, because I'm looking from there. And I can see how weak they become. Because they're told to go meditate. Go meditate and you'll get everything you want when you're dead.
How to get rid of emotional attachment, of desire to eat food. But basically which steps I have to take to get there. To get rid of this so-called heroin, to food addiction.
Remember what I say now, okay? Because it may not make much sense now. By the end of the day, it will make a lot more sense. Because Sergey's taken a big jump. To get to where I am, as I was saying, you have to be a warrior. I would never, ever teach anybody to do this. Because I know the fight. I know the internal battle. If you decided to do this, you have to fight. Bottom line. You have to fight in areas you don't even know about yet. Once you start, doors will open up for you. Doors you never even knew existed. You will bring out the worst in people. You will see the worst behaviors in mankind. If you think you're getting shit by going fruitarian, you want to step in my shoes. Not only because of other people, but because of the physical and mental pain you're going to have to endure. I think it's going to be a bit different here. And that's why I think I've been so scared. But to do this lifestyle here, you have to be a complete warrior. There's no method. Such is the task. It is so big. There's no method. You just have to do it. Me, it took me 17 years to get to this point, and I still think I'm a baby. In fact, I know I am. It's not something you can say, oh, how do I do this, and then go up and do it. It's not something you can say like that. That's why in the beginning I said to you guys, I'm not some bullshit guru. Many will tell you, do this my way, and you'll do it. You'll be successful. Because after, I think it was 3 or 5 years of fruitarianism, I wasn't doing so good. I was still up there, but I knew I could do better. I knew I should be feeling better. In my soul of soul, I knew this wasn't it. I knew I should be feeling better. Because I was very... If you think I'm bad now, so after 3-5 years, I knew something wasn't right, and at that very moment, I was on the internet and I discovered cleansing. I spent months trying out every cleansing method. Most of them blocked me up more than they cleared me. But there was one that connected with me. And that was the salt water flush. You Russians know that, right? You know that about the flush. You drink salt water and... Yeah. Yeah, I think you guys do that here too. That changed the whole game for me. It got out so much shit. When I tell you the stuff that came out, stuff came out I didn't even knew was in there. Stuff came out that shouldn't be in any human. It was disgusting. So one, cleansing. You've got to do it. If you're not doing it, do it. Even if it's just to experiment. For me, it changed the game. I know there is a place in the body that nobody knows. I can't say nobody. Let's just say very few people know about. There's a pocket in your body. You ever heard people say, you ever seen a skinny person that eats a lot and you wonder, where the fuck does it go? Where does all that food go? There's a place. And often that place isn't touched because very few people take the steps to learn about it. I learnt about it by cleansing. Fruits are not cleansing. Fruits are not meant to be cleansers. The purpose of this is not to clean you. This doesn't grow in the ground with the sole intention of cleaning your ass. This is minding its own business with the sole intention to reproduce. The meat in here is for its compost. When it falls to the ground and it rots, that's its compost. I listen to people tell me, you don't do fitness when you're detoxing because you need the energy, you need to stay in bed, save your energy. Bullshit, that's the worst thing you can do. It's like a spiritual guru telling you to just sit under a tree and play guitar. You need to move. You need to move vigorously. For one reason, it grounds you, keeps you on this earth because you can't run and you can't hide. It gets you to your soul in a heartbeat. If you want to be enlightened, fitness. Anything involving pain will enlighten you real quick because that's how you endure pain. That's how you cultivate your will. Because if you believe you cannot do something, you won't. The only way you will do something, the only way you will accept something is if you believe you can do it. But basically, this journey, potentially, if you're not prepared for it, could drive you crazy. The lifestyle is wonderful, and it's liberation, and it's freedom. But getting there could quite possibly be hell. For me, there's no methods but failure. You fail so many times, you have nothing else to do but succeed. That's how I learnt. Because remember, in my head, my idea was to do it within a week, was to do it in days. So in terms of, for me, if you're going to ask me, how do you do this thing? To get free of the matrix, to get free of governments, to bring down all the corporations, to get your control back, stop consuming. Simple. That's the only way. It's going to take time. It's not easy. That's the bottom line.
I would like to speak about your big games with corporation. Are corporations are trying to kill us consciously?
They're trying to get money from you. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to get money. It's survival. And basically, for me, in my belief system, to me, it's no great conspiracy. I think some people, yes, some people have a different agenda, and they use this to keep people sedated. But generally, I believe the corporations, everybody is just a huge money network. Because at the end of the day, it's not like the corporations are eating different food. They're not. They're eating the same food.
What we can subside the consumerism with consuming? If we do not consume, what we do? What we are to do?
Live. Just live. Why do you need to substitute anything for? You know, when you stop, get out of the shit, you need love. By the time you get to over there, if you sort yourself out, yes. If you sort your shit out, in my belief, your upper half, you will, in my experience, it's like a beacon. You're letting off a beacon, a vibration, but you have to work at your vibration. When you let go of the shit, say from here to there, it's awesome amount of work, pain. If you can do all that work, your vibration will change. And you will notice when your vibration changes, you are getting different kinds of people. And you will not tolerate lower vibrations. Intuitively, it just won't feel nice to be around lower vibrations. But it's a lot of time and it's a lot of work on yourself. And I can tell you, you won't have time to think about, oh, what can I have instead? You will still be doing work.
We're talking a lot about why people give up this path. Can you say, just assume, why those who don't give up, why they don't, what they have inside?
Because it's fucking beautiful. It's beautiful. They are prepared to endure pain. I say pain, they endure pain. It sounds dramatic, but it's true. If you can understand why people stop, it's the opposite to why people carry on. And the fact is, The same people that carry on, they stop too. But they pick up and they carry on.